Hello, my name is Jennifer Clarke, and I work with my mom, Elke Clarke, mentoring and teaching creative entrepreneurs on how to make money online. And we've dedicated our lives now to helping you learn tips and tricks on how you can make money with Zazzle. If you haven't heard of it, it's a unique online print-on-demand platform where you, as a designer, as a non-designer as well, can create products and make an income through passive online income. And today I'm going to be showing you how to use the design tool on Zazzle and some really cool font hacks that you can easily start using today to create beautiful designs using fonts on Zazzle. Okay, so I am on Zazzle.com. I've already logged in and I've clicked on a product, which is an invitation, a blank product. You can use these font hacks on any type of product, but just for this tutorial, I'm going to be using an invitation. So we are going to go and click on add text, and then we are going to write something simple. And I'm going to put in happy birthday just for the purposes of this tutorial. A happy birthday, and I wanted to show you now what you can do to manipulate this font to make it look even cooler based on what type of design you want to create. So here on the right hand side, we've got all of our characteristics of the font. So the text, if you want to change the text, you just click on edit text. Then we've got the type of font, we've got the color, the size, the justification, so if it's centered to the left or to the right. We can also scale it down and up using these plus and minus buttons. Then we can rotate it, we can flip it. Then we've got something called letter spacing as well. So we're going to go through all of these different types of things so I can show you how to manipulate the font so that it can become something unique and a part of your design. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to show you is that if you wanted to rotate the text, you can make it obviously on a diagonal. You can use these arrow buttons, but then you can also put in your own degree if you want to. Then we can flip it so it actually is reversed, like in a mirror vision. Then we can flip it so that it is upside down, backwards. We've got a whole bunch of different things here, but I'm going to just unclick all of them. You can play around by clicking one, clicking the other at the same time. You see how they're both going to be highlighted. Then you can unclick one as well, and then so it's got the other mirror vision. So you can play around with something like that. If you want to use that as a part of your design, you might want to really do like a cool mirror look using two different font colors or something. But I'm going to make it straight and normal just for this design. Then here we've got letter spacing, and one cool thing that a lot of designers are doing now on Zazzle is to space the letters a little bit apart. And before, when they didn't have this option on the design tool, you would actually have to physically go in and space, click on the space bar button to create that space in between your letters. And I'm gonna put them all in capitals right now because this is usually how designers do it. So if we put happy birthday in capital letters, what I'm speaking about was originally what I used to do as a designer. I would literally put in these spaces here so that when the text came out, then you could see that there was a space in between the letters to make it look more modern. But what I'm going to do now is show you how you can easily do that with this thing called letter spacing. Okay, so we're going to make it original again. We can just then click on, if you ever get this where you've got this thing that pops up if your font is here and you don't know how to get out of it, just click on the font thing again, the font button, and it'll disappear so that you can see all the rest of what you can manipulate your fonts with. So we are going to then now do letter spacing. And you can see how these arrows here underneath the V and the A show you on a horizontal line, and then the line spacing shows you on a vertical line. So for example, right now, if we make this a little bit bigger, you can see that the text is being manipulated. I'm going to make it too big so that happy birthday is on the same the two lines here. But see, now each letter has more spacing in between them. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so you can see really how this can work in terms of having it all on one line. There we go. So now we've made the scale smaller. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the letter spacing a little bit bigger. So you can see how you can easily manipulate the size of your spacing. If your text is too big though, it will bump it down to the next line. And for the next trick that I'm going to show you, these hacks, is that if you make it big enough so that it's on 2 lines, or even if you edit your text and you have them on 2 different lines, so you have much more text here, we're going to say happy birthday James. If you want each of these lines of text to be further apart vertically, now what you can do is manipulate the line spacing. And we're going to make it bigger here. I know that a lot of designers on Zazzle nowadays are doing definitely letter spacing because it is more of the modern look, especially when you have capital letters. Another Zazzle font hack that I want to show you is doing the curvature of the font. So I'm going to add text again. I've deleted my happy birthday James, and I'm going to say baby shower. And as you can see, everything is on the same line. We've got the letter spacing at 0, line spacing at 1. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger here. We're going to keep this at 1. Okay, so now I've got my letters and they're a little bit further apart, which I like. And now what I want to do is do curvature. And it's really easy here. Honestly, this is super user-friendly. If you're a designer on Zazzle, all you have to do is just play around with some things. And if you ever get yourself into a place where you really think you've messed something up, or if you don't really like what you've done, you can always start from 0, start from the beginning. Just go back and add your text again, or make all of the curvature, the line spacing, and the letter spacing back to the original numbers that they were, and then you can start playing again. But to be honest, you know, playing around with the design tool is something that will really help you in the future as a designer, because then you can learn how to manipulate the fonts and make them suit your design. So for example, if I had a graphic here and I want to put a graphic, let's see, I'm just going to upload a picture right here. So I've got a picture. I want this to be bigger so that I can see. And then also I'm going to make the image a little bit bigger so that it fills in the whole card. Then you can see that I want to try and play around with this curve here. The baby shower text right in the middle is quite nice. However, if you wanted to put more information on the bottom and then have the name of the baby in the middle, or the name of the mother who's giving birth, then you can definitely use that. So I'm going to try and put baby shower here with the curved line. And this is super easy. If you go down to the curvature and you just play around, I would go up and down to see what happens. So we're going to do that. So I'm at 0.15. And actually, to be honest, whoops, I'm going to grab my text. To be honest, that looks really nice for the moment. I'm going to move it over a little bit so that the picture is a little bit more centered. If you like that, then that's great. And you can also then, let's say we're going to copy this and we want to put another curvature on the bottom. So we've got a second layer of baby shower. We're going to push this all the way down to the bottom here. I wanted to show you that if you go backwards, instead of it being on the plus side, you can do an upside down curve, so that you can play around with text at the top and then text at the bottom, depending on where you'd like your curve to be shown. But I just wanted to show you that you can definitely do this to play around with any circular pictures or photo frames or images that you have on Zazzle that you would like to make a curved text with. This is a really great option to have in the design tool now on Zazzle, because you can obviously make it a template, and then so when somebody comes in and changes the text, because maybe they want to say birthday party instead of baby shower, they can do that. So the third Zazzle hack that I want to show you is play around with the orientation of your text. So now we're going to write in something for text. I'm going to say graduate 2019. As you can see, it's horizontal here. And what we can do now is go down here and scroll to orientation, and you can see that the ABCs are vertical, on here, and the ABCs are horizontal. And because we've got this one clicked, it's obviously horizontal. So all you have to do is just click on the vertical one, and then your font, it becomes vertical. So if you wanted to now put in a photo on the right-hand side of a graduate and have your text on the left-hand side, you can do that. So the vertical line spacing and the orientation is really cool. Now, obviously, you can play around with your colors on the Zazzle design tool. All you have to do is click here on color. You're given here your basic colors, which you can use. You can also choose from some of your recently used colors that you might have used on previous designs, or you can go to the color picker. You can first of all grab and drag and click on whatever color you want. Here's the reds, it's defaulted to that, but you can go onto the bottom here and you can go through all of the different colors of the rainbow. But if you've looked up a hex code that you like or you want to use online, or if you know one from Photoshop, then you can put in the hex code right here and it will put that color onto your font. I know that it might seem obvious, but there are maybe some of you who don't really know how to use hex codes. And so this is really easy for you. So if you just look up on Google, for example, hex code color of mustard yellow, then it'll give you the number that you need to put in, the number and letters, and then you just have to input it into here. And that is as simple as it is. Using this design tool is really easy. They've made some great changes on Zazzle, and now you as a designer can take advantage of all of the amazing effects and hacks that I've just told you about to make some beautiful designs using fonts and play around with the manipulation of everything. You don't have to have a Photoshop program to do so. So thank you so much for watching this video. We have some great tutorials on our YouTube channel. So if you have not yet checked them out, please go to our YouTube channel and click that subscribe button, because we put out new videos every single week. And we would love to have you as a part of our community. So please go to elkeclarke.com and check out our blog. We also have a free ebook that you can download, and the link will be down in the video description below. And I'm so happy that you watched this video with me, and hopefully you learned some great Zazzle font hacks. If you have learned something new, I'd love to hear about it. Comment down below and we will get back to you as soon as possible. So once again, I'm Jennifer Clarke, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.